Wildfire smoke doesn't politely stay outside, it slips into your home and quietly changes the air you depend on, making every breath feel uncertain. And today, we're breaking down the top 5 air purifiers for wildfire smoke so you can actually reclaim clean indoor air with the right choice. Check links in the description if you want to compare them directly. Now let's move to the next. At number 5, we have the MOOKA 1300 square feet, comes in as a surprisingly steady defender against wildfire smoke that can quickly turn a comfortable home into a heavy, irritating space where every breath feels slightly off. And what makes this unit stand out is how it approaches air cleaning from all directions with its 360-degree intake system that continuously pulls in polluted air rather than waiting for it to drift toward a single side. Combining that with an H13 HEPA filter and activated carbon layer that specifically targets the kind of contamination wildfire smoke leaves behind fine particulate matter, dust that settles invisibly, lingering odors that cling to fabrics and furniture, and even pet hair that adds to indoor air load. And despite handling large spaces up to 1,300 square feet, it manages to stay impressively quiet at just 13 dB, creating this almost surreal experience where the machine is working hard, but you barely notice it's there, which makes it especially practical for families, light sleepers, and anyone who can't tolerate constant background noise. And while it may feel slightly bulkier compared to sleeker models, the trade-off becomes clear when smoke levels rise and the room actually starts feeling lighter and more breathable within minutes of operation, turning what used to be stagnant indoor air into something noticeably fresher and more stable. Coming up next at number 4 is the GermGuardian AC4825W, a purifier that focuses less on complexity and more on reliable, straightforward performance during moments when wildfire smoke suddenly shifts indoor air from normal to noticeably thick and irritating. And what defines this unit is its true HEPA 3-layer filtration system that actively captures smoke particles, allergens, dust, pollen, and pet dander at a microscopic level that you don't see but definitely feel when it builds up over time, making it particularly useful in bedrooms or smaller living spaces where air tends to stagnate faster. And while it doesn't rely on advanced smart features or premium design aesthetics, it compensates with consistent air cleaning performance that works exactly when you need it most. Plus, it includes a UVC light feature that adds an extra layer of germ reduction support, giving users a bit more reassurance during already stressful smoke-heavy days. And although it can get louder on higher settings compared to premium alternatives, that increase in sound comes with more aggressive airflow that helps clear out polluted indoor air faster, making it a practical, no-nonsense solution for people who just want the air to feel normal again without dealing with complicated settings or expensive systems. Let's keep the momentum going. At number 3, we have the Clorox 1,000 square feet turbo enters as a more aggressive, fast-acting response to wildfire smoke situations where the air doesn't just feel slightly off, it feels actively unhealthy and overwhelming. And this is where its true HEPA filtration system becomes crucial, capturing up to 97% of smoke particles, allergens, viruses, and bacteria, while pairing that with a 3-stage system that includes a pre-filter, activated carbon layer, and odor control mechanism designed specifically to tackle the persistent smell and invisible chemical traces that wildfire smoke leaves behind. And what really defines the experience with this purifier is its turbo mode, which pushes airflow at a much higher intensity to rapidly clear out smoke-filled rooms, making it feel less like gradual air improvement and more like an immediate reset of the environment. Especially useful in medium-sized spaces up to 1,000 square feet, where smoke tends to accumulate quickly. And while it doesn't prioritize ultra-quiet operation or smart connectivity features, it instead focuses on raw purification speed and practicality, which makes it especially valuable during sudden smoke spikes when waiting for slow filtration simply isn't an option. Breaking into the top two, the MOOKA B-D02L takes the number 2 position, the MOOKA B-D02L, a large room air purifier designed to handle the kind of wildfire smoke situations where multiple areas of your home are affected at once and the air feels consistently heavy no matter where you move. And what makes this unit stand out is its ability to cover up to 1076 square feet while maintaining strong filtration performance through its H13 True HEPA system, combined with activated carbon filtration that targets smoke particles, dust, pet dander, and microscopic pollutants that tend to linger long after the visible haze is gone. And unlike many budget purifiers that either sacrifice coverage or become too loud to use comfortably, this model manages to stay surprisingly quiet even during sleep mode, making it suitable for bedrooms, nurseries, and shared family spaces where noise control is just as important as air quality. And with multiple fan speeds, timer settings, and an easy filter replacement system, it feels designed for long-term daily use rather than short bursts of operation, while still maintaining enough power to noticeably reduce odor and improve air freshness during heavy smoke days. And although the unit is slightly bulkier compared to compact alternatives, that added size directly contributes to its stronger coverage and more stable performance across larger indoor environments. And finally, taking the number 1 spot on our list, we have the WESTHEY H13. And this is where everything comes together in a way that feels less like a typical air purifier and more like a full-scale solution for large homes dealing with serious wildfire smoke conditions, because when smoke spreads through bigger spaces, smaller purifiers often struggle to maintain consistent air quality across the entire room. But this unit changes that dynamic with its 360-degree surround intake system paired with H13 HEPA filtration that actively pulls in and processes fine smoke particles from every direction rather than relying on localized airflow. And what makes it stand out in real-world use is its ability to maintain cleaner air across larger open areas like living rooms and shared spaces where pollution tends to circulate continuously. And while it does trade some smart app refinement compared to models, it compensates with stronger physical air handling power and more practical large room coverage, making it more focused on real environmental control rather than digital features. And with added tools like auto sensing and an air quality display, it still gives you clear feedback on what's happening in your environment without unnecessary complexity. Though it's also important to note that filter replacements can become a recurring cost over time, especially in regions where wildfire smoke persists for long periods. But even with that consideration, its overall balance of coverage, airflow strength, and consistent purification performance across large spaces makes it the most capable and practical option in this lineup for truly reclaiming indoor air during smoke season. So that's the full breakdown of the top 5 best air purifiers for wildfire smoke, each one offering a different balance of coverage, speed, noise level, and long-term practicality depending on how your space is affected and how intense the smoke conditions get. But the real takeaway is simple: when wildfire smoke enters your environment, the right purifier doesn't just improve comfort. It directly changes how safely and normally you can live indoors. So if you want to explore any of these options in detail, check the links in the description. Stay safe, breathe clean, and remember, air is something you only notice when it stops feeling right.